So this week's theme on Internet Flops is Advice Week. So I thought I would give you guys some advice on going into high school. Now, if you live in America, or I don't really know what countries do the school system this way, but I know America does, you start high school in grade 9 and go through grade 12. And I know that we have some viewers who are not in high school yet, so I would love to give them some advice since I am currently a sophomore. So hopping right on into the video, my first piece of advice is to join clubs and activities and sports. Now, I know this sounds like such a parent thing because your parents are always telling you, join clubs, be active, do a sport. But they normally just do it to kind of get you out of the house, or they'll do it for my reasoning, which is it forms friendships and bonds and stuff. I know that I personally play field hockey, and we have a preseason that starts in August, which is a month before school starts. So I start making friends on the team before school even starts, which is awesome. So if you do a fall sport that has a preseason, you get to make friends and form a group of friends before you even go and start school, which is absolutely cool. And then you also join clubs. Like, I do musical. Oh no, she's such a nerd, she does musical, wow, oh no. But I do musical, and the friendships and bonds that we form through musical is absolutely insane. We are together like for hours on end for 3 months, and you form such a tight-knit bond with people that you do sports and clubs with, and I totally recommend doing that because you'll create friendships, some new friendships, maybe join in some friend groups. It's really, really insanely helpful. Second piece of advice is to always be prepared. I always have pencils, pens, a notebook, and my phone with me. I need those for practically every single class, and you always need to be prepared because I know at my school they won't let you go back to your lockers unless they're a nice teacher. So be prepared for class. That's obvious. Third piece of advice is, I know this sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I find that it helps. If you are sitting in a class where you know a few people in it and not a majority of the people, maybe sit next to one person you're familiar with, but sit near people that you don't really talk with but would like to become friends with. Because if they sit by you in class, whether it be next to you, in front, in back, or like a little diagonal, you are going to form a friendship with them or some kind of small bond with at least one of them because they sit in your surrounding, which is really cool. I know I did that in my math class this year. There were some kids who are deemed popular that sit around me in my algebra class, and I've become kind of good friends with them. My next piece of advice is for when you choose your classes. Now, at my high school, we have a few different levels of academics. We have honors, we have accelerated, and then we have CP. So accelerated is like average, honors is like above average, and CP is a little bit below. So when choosing your courses, I know my freshman year I took all honors courses and I realized that I just can't take that much workload. So for sophomore year, and I already chose my classes for junior year, I'm taking one accelerated course. Just because I know people are like, oh, one accelerated course, it's like not a big change. Well, it really is. Because if you're taking all the honors courses, you're going to get loads of homework, loads of studying. So I like to take an accelerated class or two just to make myself at ease and not put that much stress on myself. So when you're choosing your high school classes, I definitely recommend really thinking it through and thinking about what you're going to be doing, if you're going to be doing any after school sports or extracurricular activities, and how much you think you can take, because you don't want to push yourself to your maximum limit so that you're having like a mental breakdown every night. So just a piece of advice. My next piece of advice is dealing with friendships. So in high school, that's where you really can see the kind of people that you think your friends are. I know in my freshman year, I kind of broke off from some of my friends. I mean, I still talk with them every once in a while, but we're really not as close. And I saw who they really were because the real them comes out in high school to me. So I realized that they weren't the kind of people that I wanted to be around because they started drama and they got into things that I just didn't want to be around. So they kind of slipped away a little bit, and that's really not uncommon in high school. You are going to make friends, and I hate to say it, but you are going to lose friends. Not necessarily lose, but just not be as good of friends with them. So now I'm best friends with some people who I didn't know before high school. I'm friends with some juniors, some seniors, some freshmen, and some sophomores, people from all different grades. And I'm so happy that I am, because I opened up myself more from the people that are in musical, and to the people that are in musical, and to people who are in my classes. And my best friends at the moment are people that are not from my own town that I went to school with before high school. So I lost some of those friends that were from my own town from middle school and elementary school, but I found my true best friends in high school. This is something that I feel like I just really need to address for high school. I know that high school, you want to be popular and you want to fit in, but be yourself. And I cannot say this enough. And this is such a cheesy and you're probably like, oh my god, Jess, like, are you kidding me? Like, but I'm 100% serious. There are people that I go to school with that you are not themselves, and it bothers me so much because they're just trying to fit in or trying to be popular, and they do things they don't want to do, and they say things they don't necessarily want to say because they want to try and fit in. They talk about different things that they don't want to talk about. They do things they don't necessarily want to do. One of my best friends does things she doesn't want to do with some other people because she wants to stay their friend and she wants to not drop from their friend group. And I tell her not to do it, and she's starting to warm up to that idea because you're not being yourself. And people are like, oh, well, in college, I'll be a different person. Just be who you are. Don't fake being something you're not. High school can be so much fun if you let it be. If you're pretending to be something you're not in high school, it's not going to be fun because you're going to look back on it and you're going to regret it and you're going to be like, why did I do that? If you're yourself, you're being free and you don't need to second guess things that you're doing thinking, oh, is this the right choice to stay with these friends and blah, blah, blah. If you are yourself and you dress the way you want to dress and you put on makeup or you don't put on makeup and you do the things that you want to do, be yourself. Pretty please. Pinky promise me. Also, just live high school and cherish it while it lasts. I know that sounds so ridiculous coming from me because I'm currently a sophomore, but in a few months I'm going to be a junior. And it feels like just a few months ago I was stepping into this high school for the first time. Cherish it and do what you want to do. Don't do what other people think you should do or what other people say you should do. If your friends are telling you, like, we're going to, let's say, this party, and you don't want to go because you either don't want to go or you know that there's going to be things that you don't want at that party, then don't go. Don't do it. You don't want to look back at high school and remember all the terrible things. You want to remember all the good things. So do what you want to do and have fun and cherish it while it lasts because it can be so much fun. Yeah, guys, this video wasn't that great, but it's a start. So I hope to give you guys more advice in the future. I really love giving advice. I give it on some of my live streams. Sometimes it's fun. But yeah, I hope this gave you a few little tips and advice and stuff for high school. If it did, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below if you have any questions about high school that I can answer. And of course, do not forget to subscribe to the Internet Flops. We have someone who uploads every single day of the week. I think we deserve a round of applause for that one. Yeah, you guys, I hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing week, an amazing month, an amazing year, and an amazing life. I love you guys so much. Never forget it, and I will see you next Saturday in my next video. Bye, guys.